Podcast.
Cheer. What's the word? Ali Similar Podcast, Season 2, Episode number 25. I am Rello. To the right of me, I have
DJ Dane-Ja.
DJ Hypa, I'm here. What's good?
Darren.
John.
EAZ. Yo, Dane-Ja, turn me down just a little bit. The thing I'll blow up in my ear, dogs. Sheesh. Chris, but the thing loud. What's good, though? What's good? How's everybody feeling?
Chilling, man.
Weekend. Weekend was good. Vibes was up.
I think everybody was outside this weekend.
Yeah.
Outside, nigga.
Niggas was outside on a sweaty things.
Vibes was a little heat. Yesterday was a little heat wave vibes.
Not yesterday. Saturday.
No, yesterday was hot too. Yesterday was like 90 John.
Toast.
Yeah.
Toast. Blessings on.
That was a little Chris.
This heat something different.
Where was the DJs at? Y'all was anywhere that was popping? Any place that was lit?
I was at 4 spots. I'm thinking I'm out here young and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Outside.
It was premeditated, but it wasn't at the same time. On Saturday, I went to Larive. After Larive, I just randomly decided to go where Hypa was at. He DJ'd at the ER Bar and Lounge. It was good vibes. I liked it. The party was actually called Welcome to the Party, so we heard that like 7 times.
Welcome to the party.
You know what I'm saying? After that, I went to my boy Jeff. Well, we all went to Jeff's party in Long Island.
Shout out to Jeff on the outside. Yes, sir.
That was a different type of vibe. And at the end, I went to Caribbean Soul. That's in Queens. So best believe it took me. Yeah. Everybody came with me to that one. But best believe after that night, it took me a whole day and a half to recuperate, bro.
Yeah, me too, nigga. Big up.
Also, I ain't old by myself.
I was lit.
It took me up until about 12, but I drank mad water on the drive home because, mind you, shit right down the block from my crib, but I rode with ease, so I had to go all the way to his crib to drive back. I'm gone.
Yeah.
So I had warm water just drinking that shit on the way to the crib.
I would have been good, but this friggin' Rel, man, he's a bad influence. I'm telling him, I only do tequila. He's like, nah, you ain't coming in this section if you ain't drinking no Hennessy. I'm like, bro, I can't. He's like, nah. Nigga took the cup, took some ice, put the ice in. Here I am, like a friggin' submissive girl. I'm like, yo, I got it, man. I'll take it. And the next day, I friggin' drank Gatorade and water. Ate some curry.
You mixed or you just
no, he
drank
said the
just
next
Henny
day.
straight?
No, he mixed it.
I mixed the night prior, bro. This is exactly why I don't be fucking with Hennessy, son, because, like, dead ass, yo. Can't take it no more, dog.
Yeah, nah, Henny was going around, though, but it was good vibes on the weekend. Good vibes.
It was vibesy.
I had a great time, man.
Yeah, I ain't really go out like that where it's like you go to one spot, then go to another spot. I ain't do that in a while, so.
I think it's a little different for DJs. We can't not do that. Imagine we had 3 gigs. It's no like I'm not gonna make the third one because
I'm talking about drink. Like. I'm talking about drink at the first spot. Already drunk. We going to another spot to get drunk some more.
You drank before you got there.
Oh yeah, I drank with you.
Oh, nobody was lit the whole time. Like,
I wasn't going though.
It was just a little bit gone. Huh?
Nah, bro. Was that wallet?
No, it wasn't wild. It just looked like.
But you was nice.
Like it was Miami Vice Darren.
Yeah, that nigga had
titties out.
The V-neck to the belly button.
I feel like that the hangover didn't equal the drinking. Like I feel like I drink a lot, but I wasn't drunk. But then, the next day I felt like I was OD drunk the day before. But
nah, I ain't see. That's why I drank mad water because I didn't get that vibe. We drank a lot. Like. Me, I remember telling Ease like, yo, I'm driving, so I'm only have like 2. Yo, bro, niggas ended like 5, 6 drinks before we even left this first spot.
That's because they came back with the Henny again. After
they were like, yo,
over.
we got more bottle. I'm like, oh, shit, I gotta drive.
Yeah, when the licks is around, can't help it, man. Gotta indulge.
And then in the second spot, we went again. Like, he's like,
I did have a couple there too.
So I forgot about that part.
Yeah, vibes is lit. Good weekend, man. Good stuff. But we're gonna hop right into this thing like we always do. The people still chatting about Jay-Z, man. They still the chat still going on about Jay-Z, man. I don't know how you guys still feel about it. One thing I do agree with, I seen somebody post. I was like, I kind of agree with that. It's like the whole thing that Jay-Z's doing in this whole movement. I get it, I understand it. But then watching the interview thing he did, when he was in the meeting with the NFL, and he was just like, you know what it is, like, we're kind of over that. It's like, we can't expect everybody to just be over shit when he say he over shit, or now that he jumped into what he's doing, it's like, all right, cool, let's jump into it too. Like, you still got to give people their opportunity to be, you know what I'm saying, make their own opinions. If they still don't want to fuck with the NFL,
that's how stories get misconstrued. I don't think he said we're over it. I think we're doing the first step, which was kneeling, and how are we going to move forward after
okay, but some
kneeling?
people still at kneeling, bro. Some people still don't want to fuck with the NFL. There's still people out there that still feel like, no, they still did an injustice. We need to make this and this. And there's some people still they not with him yet. They don't feel over it enough to say, all right, I'm cool. We see what you're doing. Let's get there. Some people still got it in their hearts.
It's easy to speculate. It's easy to speculate on the outside, but put yourself in Jay-Z's position. According to what you just said, some people aren't over yet. So, as you being Jay-Z, should let me wait for the people to finish kneeling?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying
they never gonna be
people
over
are down. People are like degrading those people. Like, come on, bro, Jay-Z's doing for us, and he's like, bro, I get what you're saying. You on his wave, but some people is not on his wave, and the people that are not, it's still cool, bro. You gotta respect the other people that's saying they don't want to really fuck with it like that. They don't like what he's doing. They don't like that he's fucking with the NFL and all that.
All right, so what happens if there's change? What?
Yeah.
Like, cause my thing is, I feel like, yo, we should wait and see what happens. What does he do? What does he change? Period. And then on top of it, they talking about, like he's trying to have a majority own or part owner of one of the teams. I'm like, yo, that's something we've been asking for how long? So where does the beginning start? Who makes the first? Who takes that first step to becoming that? And is that person gonna get crucified as well if it wasn't Jay-Z?
Yeah, I think people don't know what they want.
Side.
You know, I don't think people know exactly what they want from the situation. Because, all right, let's say you continue to protest. You're not changing nothing. Like, you're just doing nothing.
We've been doing that we've been doing that with everything, though. Somebody come out with something that's disrespectful for us. It's like, all right, we fucked with it, we don't fuck with it. Now we starting to fuck with it. Burberry, whatever it was, Gucci, whoever it was, we always had that mentality where it's like, so I can side with the people that still feel like, no, I still want to boycott. I still want to fuck with it.
I get that.
You know
I get that. But what I'm saying is like, all right, you could boycott. That's your contribution to it. Mine as a billionaire should be that, all right, I could do a little bit more. Let me try to get in here, infiltrate, own the team, put my man on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody don't feel like people are always trying to tell people what to do with their money and their business savvy. Like, oh, you selling out. Like, I seen that a lot. I'm like, how is he selling out? Like, I don't get it. How could you change anything? That's like saying Obama sold out when he ran for president. Like, oh, this nigga want to become president now.
It's funny you said that. Like, yeah, that's crazy that's crazy how people do say that. That's crazy. Like, the football player that said he sold out, it's like, yo, you playing for the league that did it. So it's like, how you calling somebody a sellout when you playing for the same league?
Exactly.
I never understood that. Like,
it's
was crazy.
hypocritical.
Yeah, big time.
Like, it's just weird. I don't know where people, like, what is a solution?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't have one. I could just see both sides of the piece. I could see why some people feel the way they do about boycotting and sticking to their ground, and I could see the people that say,
I get that too.
This thing, I get it, but then what's the next step after the boycotting? What are, like, something has to be put in place. If you just want to boycott,
some people
that's
just
great.
All right, let's say this. We all say, like, oh, you can't think about something certain way, and then like, you can't just keep thinking about something and not doing it. It might just take that one person that say, yo, I want to boycott. That's their prerogative, and now maybe somebody else is going to follow them, and somebody else is going to follow them. And then
that's the thing. We're not knocking that. I'm not knocking that, at least. But it's just like, what's the plan after that?
Boycotting could be enough of a plan, bro. If enough people stop watching the NFL, I'm just saying it can be. I'm not saying it's going to be. You could still be dreaming. I'm just saying that can be a plan, bro. Just boycotting and not watching it, a lot of people doing that, that can be a plan.
I totally understand that. I totally get you. But then I thought about it. What's 85% of the league is black people.
Yep.
So
it's like
you stopping black people from getting money.
Yeah. So it's like.
So it's damaging either way.
Yeah, it's like you
know
like
on
some cutting your nose to spite your shit type shit. Cutting your nose to spite your face type shit. And it's crazy because it's like, I don't think the issue is the game. I think the issue is the way the game is ruled. Like the way the game is
the hierarchy and all
Yeah,
that.
that
The players
part.
have no say.
Yeah, so I don't think it's the game. I think the game is great, but it's just the way that it's the way they maneuver around the game, like who makes the rules and the structure of it. Yeah, exactly.
Who's at the top of the chain and
it's crazy because I was telling Ease and them, I was like, yo, it's always the first black person that does it always gonna get backlash of it. Like I was telling y'all. There's people who called Jackie Robinson a sellout when he was the first black African American to be playing the MLB. So it's the same. Now just imagine now he's trying to be an owner. At least instead of looking at it as we having somebody, at least we have somebody in the room now. We're not.
Well, we didn't have one before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you could respect everybody's opinion on it. I think.
Oh yeah,
I just
definitely.
think people just they're too quick to just be so sensitive.
No,
to
you know
everything and
what
not
bothers
hear.
me, and I might fall into doing it as well. You getting crucified for your opinion, and it's just like
That's why you can't. You
they just
gotta.
be like, man, I don't even
that's-
want to talk to y'all no more. 'Cause that's making me feel like I'm wrong to have my own
but
opinion.
that's your choice. And that's
But
why
on
I
the other
always
hand,
say
too,
like you
I
can't.
can look like Roy was saying. I can understand how a football player was feeling. Like they probably feel like, yo, you wasn't in the gym with us, like type
Wasn't
shit.
shooting
You
in
know
the
what I
gym.
mean? Like you not like you dealing with it from the outside. Like it's easy for you to pull out. Pause.
You talking about specifically talking about Jay-Z?
Yeah, like it's like that's. I'm just saying the mindset
The
they can look
owner's
at.
never gonna be in the gym. So
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is like they're going through the issues and stuff like that. Like you know what I mean? Like they have the issue where if they take a knee, they could lose their livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, you could take a knee all you want, or you could talk about certain issues. You could talk about certain issues and not get penalized for it.
Yeah.
If they do it. So that's why I could see an NFL player looking at Jay like, I don't really like listen to you like that because you're not really going through it. Like you got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
I could understand that perspective, but on the other hand too, like Jay showed, he showed improving like on certain topics when it comes to like rights like that. So
Yeah, but people are also saying they comparing it to the Nets deal. Like, oh, he was a minority owner of it, and he just gave them a way to come into Brooklyn and gentrify Brooklyn, and then he got out.
yeah, but I mean he made a lot of money too. So
But that's a
But that
business.
ain't. That's what I'm saying. Like people are looking at it as a negative.
that's a
like,
business move.
Like he's just doing it for his selfish gain. He's just adding a social media aspect to it for a little drizzle.
the social justice
Yeah.
aspect.
That's looking at it a little too deep. That's why I was just gonna say for me it's more like because I know Jay-Z's voice has been involved in different things like the Khalid Browder story, the Meek Mill situation. I feel like right now just be patient and see what he has
exactly
to do.
how I
Let him
feel.
get his foot in first because he may have his motives and who are we to judge? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This is probably something he thought about for months or maybe a year ago. So now he probably feel this is the right time. So I look at it like people that don't fuck with it, I totally understand that. But for the people that do respect that move, is like, okay, I'm gonna see how far this can get. And I know the Kaepernick thing has been a idea, but who knows? Maybe he can make that change. And even to kind of segue into the whole Kaepernick situation, I still feel like ultimately, if he wants to still play, if they let him play, that would be up to him. But granted that they got the settlement already, he might not even want to play.
And that's the thing too. Like people forget about that. Like he took a settlement.
Yeah.
Like,
But
you
the other dude took a settlement too. He still plays for the league.
He
I
still
started
play?
to see.
what I'm saying is that like taking a settlement is kind of like if you really firm on your
On your
beliefs.
decision.
So why
Yes,
would you-
exactly. So it's kind of
so it's like what,
contradictory.
you going shit on me now because I
Yeah.
want to.
That's what
I
it's
started to
a
see
little.
this float around too, and it kind of makes sense. Like apply it to your 9-to-5 job. If you sue the company that you work for and you no longer work there anymore, do you still expect to be rehired from the same company that you just sued?
It's a different.
I can
it's
understand
different.
that, but the
It's
other
different.
dude, the other dude, Eric Reed, I forgot his name, but he got a job. He's playing football, so he's doing
But
what he loves.
that 9-to-5 like comparison is kind of different though,
Why?
because
A job is not a job.
That's your only way of
yeah,
living.
like the
like
NFL,
you don't have to
the
play football.
Yeah, professional NFL.
He
league,
doesn't,
like-
but it's still a job at the end of the day. And this
But-
is where I work. This
Okay.
is how I make my livelihood. And whatever me and my job got into, I sued them. I wouldn't expect them to rehire me back. Like at the end of the day, they're gonna be petty and
But-
say "f you."
Yeah,
you
but
know?
it's different because like you got like a MBA or you good at what you do, right? You're a professional, whatever you do. Like say if you have a Fortune, you suing a Fortune 500 company. With your credentials, your resume, you could easily work for another Fortune 500 company.
I get that.
But
At the
for the
end of the day,
NFL,
he's
there's
still-
only one of one. If you got
At the end of the day, he still has ways of income because of what he's established for himself,
activist.
but it's still going back to wanting to work for the same company that you just sued.
But where he's gonna play? Like, where would he play?
That's the risk that he took. I appreciate him for doing it, but that's a risk that you take. You're suing the company that you're working for. At the end of the day, if you were the manager for that company or you own that company and somebody fucking sue me, you're never working here again.
But that's just because he the face of it. Because like Quick said, the other dude sued too. He got his settlement. He's still working for another
Yeah,
team.
he stopped kneeling too.
Cap is just
No,
the
he didn't.
Cap
No, he
is
didn't.
just
No, he
the
didn't.
face
No, he
of
didn't.
the
Alright.
He still kneels.
You still
Like
there?
Cap already said he
Still
would stop
Kenny
kneeling to get a job.
Is Kenny? Yeah, he said that, but I think he probably retract. He'll probably retract that statement. It's Kenny Stills, it's Eric Reed, and it's a new dude that's kneeling. Those are them two. The first two is the two people that still kneels.
I like how Kenny still articulated what he said.
He's very articulate. So like he really talked. Like sometimes you hear somebody's point of view and you be like, that's not gonna get over to everybody because you didn't even put it in a way where we can like.
You didn't put it generic enough so everybody could grasp the idea.
No, not generic because in a generic way, sometimes you're not just gonna grasp the idea. Period. You can say it in a way where it's like, oh, that's really like
talking to everybody.
Yeah, I felt what he was
Yeah.
saying, and some of them they'll just be talking. The other dude, Eric Reed, I just felt like, bro, you just didn't say nothing.
Yeah,
really
like you
now.
just called him a sellout. I'm like, yo,
You didn't
how you call him a
explain nothing.
sellout?
You didn't give no reason to why you felt that
Yeah.
way. You just said it.
Well, shouts to Jay for doing what he doing, and shouts to everybody that has their own opinion on it. That's how we gonna do this stand. Let's roll right into the stand like we always do, though. Get into the meat and bones of the subjects here. But kind of want to get you guys basic, just your basic definition on what you feel like a good parent consists of. So whatever you feel like it is to you, what does a good parent, what do they look like to you, basically?
I would say a good parent is somebody that instills very, like, it don't have to always be like financial things or anything like that. Of course, being a provider is important, but I feel like most of all you would have to instill some morals. You know what I'm saying? Like life lessons and like teach them things that'll help them throughout life and not just something that'll, oh, my dad used to buy me all this or my mom used to buy me this all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like respect, just shit that won't get them fucked up in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like you like, all right, you ain't had no home
training. If a kid goes
training.
out and gets fucked up in the streets or gets tied up in the streets, that means you're a bad parent? That's
No.
what you're saying?
No,
about that shit too.
That's
Nah.
what you're saying, though.
no, I
No,
ain't,
not really. He's not
I
saying
ain't
that.
saying that. I'm just saying like
teach
teach them
kids values
ground,
and morals. And
the
shit
ground
like that.
morals of how to be respectful to people, how to be considerate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Those
so
type
if they're
of things.
not, if you teach them all of that stuff and then they go outside, they do something else.
That's not their control though.
No, that's not your control.
That's not the parents' control.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's not their control.
Hey, that doesn't make him a bad parent. You tried your best.
Did,
Like,
you did your best.
Yeah, you
I feel
gave
like-
them the tools.
Yeah.
The rest is on them. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't, these mass shooters, I'm pretty sure their parents wasn't teaching them how to shoot people.
true.
You know?
But what about the kid? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's tough. Let's think about it.
Unless you used to go to the army or something, or the force or some shit.
I think that happens a lot. I think that happens a lot, especially in the community. You see some kid out there running the streets or doing what he's doing, and then
blame the
that's a reflection on the parents. Like, oh, how you out here in the streets and you ain't doing this? This kid must probably not be going home. Does he want to be outside in the street? You know what I'm saying? So you can't. I think it's. I don't know. It goes both ways because a lot of people view their kids as a reflection of the parents. So if the kid is doing some crazy shit, they might say, most likely the parents ain't really raising them right.
That's true, but play devil's advocate, I guess. But
I just
What
feel
about-
like
what
being
about-
there for your child.
yeah,
I just really feel like just being there for your child. Thick and thin, even like when you be seeing them parents where a child did some wild shit, like killed somebody, and then mom's is still there, you be like, I still think like that's a good mom. That's a good parent.
That's loyalty.
That's
But
like
that's
last week.
your
No,
view
but-
of it.
But I just
People on
look,
the outside looking like,
Yeah.
she's a terrible parent. Your son killed somebody, or your
but that
child killed somebody.
see that's the thing. Everything is opinion based and how we take it. But to me, it's like you're just there for your child. I mean, and that was extreme what I said, but in general, through them doing good stuff, graduating college, just being there and just being in their life, just open ears to giving advice if they need it. Like I ain't gonna lie, I didn't have that from a father role, so it was just like, yo, that'd help me a lot.
Yeah.
Between whatever I went through in life, I could have just heard something that he said. Never might have not
you
even
considered
cared,
it.
but I would have been like, oh, my pop said
Yeah.
that. You know what? I'm gonna start listening to this thing because he be telling me some stuff that I'm catching later on. So
Yeah, that's true.
Some people be like, "Fuck what my dad said. I ain't listen to that nigga."
Yeah,
You
but,
got-
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, what about the kid who actually is successful but didn't have a parent like
Good
that,
upbringing.
or like their parents was coked out or some shit like that? Like, how do you look at it that way?
But you still
I
have a
feel like
parent figure.
there's a figure somewhere.
Somewhere around that person's life,
Yeah.
it's possible.
What about the orphans?
Sometimes it doesn't even have to be a parent. It could be a friend.
No,
What
but
if- it could be a
orphans,
figure, he's
orphans
saying,
still
like,
gonna
it could
have
be
a
a
You
figure
still have a
that-
guardian though, like of some
not
sort.
even it could be just a figure, like a professor, anybody
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was just like, yo, he really let me know, like like your advice goes real far from somebody that you respect.
You think anybody could do it themselves and shit?
What?
Like, y'all think
Without
anybody-
any of that,
Yeah, like just did it himself.
they're
I
gonna
don't
have a
think so.
lot
I
of
think
trouble
so. I think so.
throughout. But
It'll be
it's
difficult,
possible.
but
Well,
What do you mean?
Life- life-
What are you
life-
saying when you say
like,
do it,
basically,
doing
you know,
what
like,
themselves?
Like go like
just get
an
become
orphan,
successful.
or like say like the parents wasn't there, or
no
whatever.
no
like
type
that.
of figure.
Or
Yeah, no type of figure.
It's kind of
no
hard.
guidance, no nothing.
It's kind of hard.
I
Like,
believe.
I think
it,
life-
it
I think a
happens.
decent amount of people
Yeah.
that are really successful.
Some
have
of the
that,
famous
though.
people are orphans, and we don't even know.
Like I wouldn't say most, but I would say a decent amount. You know what I'm saying? Like it's people that grew up like I don't think 50 probably had his grandmother. Yeah, he speak about that a lot.
Yeah, it's tough. I
But
feel like it's tough
some
to
people,
grow.
It is tough because it's like that means nobody cares
That's hard.
at
Like,
all.
No figure.
Like,
you have nobody to look up to. You have to have somebody. To
I
look
wouldn't
up
say
to.
they didn't care. Maybe their circumstances, both their parents passed.
No, but like somebody else
as a
like,
rule, like took like
That's just-
like some type of figure for you, like to look up to.
But most times, though, let's say what he just said, if both
Oh.
parents died, 9 out of 10 times it's either
Why you gotta use
grandparents.
Why you gotta use me, bro?
9 out of 10 times is like a grandparent or grandmother, grandfather. Sometimes it could be an uncle. Sometimes it could be somebody that live in the neighborhood that knew all the family. It could come from somewhere that doesn't have to be immediate family or blood family.
Yeah, I know
it could
that.
just be straight someone
Yeah.
that you knew, that you grew up being with. You know what I'm saying? So
How much do y'all think what you're basically talking about, the negative upbringing, bad parenting can affect a child? Like, how much do you think that plays into the fact of
Give examples of like
How?
negative.
kind of all the shit y'all said, parents on drugs, or parents that just choose not to be there?
It really depends
Parents
because
on, you know what I'm saying?
look at Kevin Hart, perfect example. Like he talks about his pops all the time doing drugs X, Y, and Z. He got to where he got to because he made a mental note that I don't ever want to be like this. You know what I'm saying? So it can actually work the other way around.
Yeah, it
and
can
in some
it can
cases
keep you from
also, in some cases also, that's my pops, that's my mom's. I'm gonna do whatever I see them do. So they could go down that same route as their parents. So it really depends.
So
Really
then,
depends.
from what you're saying, that means the kids that say, "Oh, I didn't have a father at home, or I didn't have a mom at home. My mom is on drugs." They can't use that as an excuse because there's
I'm
people
not
out there
saying-
that
they could use it as an excuse. but
people
once
do
again,
that. No, people
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
I'm on to you, Ralph.
I'm just saying.
He been doing that all episode.
That's.
So,
I mean, that's
so you
basically.
saying, nah, like what
That's
you mean?
basically how you're looking at it, because there's a lot of people that be like, you know what I'm saying, I grew up in the projects, or I didn't have my mom's was there, my mom was always on drugs, and you know what I'm saying, I had a fair opportunity, now I'm on welfare, blah, blah, blah. There's people that do that, and then there's...
it's a tough world, and the way the world works, I don't fault them for feeling that way or even using that excuse, but we all living in the same world, and we've seen people come from nothing and manage to make it out. So it's like you got to ask yourself, what separates that human being from the one that's complaining? You know, what I'm
It's
saying?
also about the environment that person is in. So I think it's an individual thing. I don't think it have nothing to do with who brought you up, what you saw, what you didn't see, what you gravitated to, or whatever. It's like you as a person. Like, I'm not a murderer, so there's a good chance I'm not going to be out here killing to live. You know what I'm saying?
But there's something
Like-
there's something called peer pressure. So it's easy said than done. I hear you, but like people get influence like real quick.
yeah, I'm not going to get influenced to kill nobody though.
Hey.
Like just me as a person. I'm
Because,
not saying
like
it
certain
can't.
people, different circumstances, I guess. Because certain people, like if you grew up with wolves,
You gotta become.
You gotta become a wolf.
That I think that's ignorant to say though.
What?
Like if you grow up with wolves, like that kind of makes it seem like this is
No, but I'm
what
just saying, like
men do, or this is what.
I think he's more saying that
I'm gonna
sometimes
give it to a more. I'm gonna break it down to a
that's what it
simpler
takes to
example.
survive in your hood.
Exactly, it's like you're either sheep or wolf. So it's like you get picked on. You get picked on your whole time. You gonna keep getting picked on. What's gonna make it stop getting picked on? What's gonna stop you from getting picked on?
To fight back.
Yeah,
But I guess in that situation, I wasn't really like referring to how you say like being like killing somebody just because you want to survive is not.
no, okay,
the
yeah.
same.
I mean, killing
Like,
is drastic, like further down the line. But I'm just saying, like, people gonna mess with like if you in that environment where
They're gonna let you do.
if you soft, they're gonna keep messing with you until you're
Get
not
tough.
soft no more, until you prove yourself.
Pause.
Oh,
No facts.
That was a good.
yeah, it was.
Remember Tyrone kept taking my quarter, and what happened?
nigga, you said you start bringing change. Nah, let me stop.
I told you I ain't got it.
That's it. Until I grabbed his arm, and then he was like, let me stop.
As y'all have grown, do y'all think the value of a single mother is underrated now? 'Cause I know some of it, like Quicks and I did, we grew up with single mothers. Growing up, you might not have thought that much about it, but now as you've grown, you see what it really takes. Do you think the value of a single mother is underrated?
I don't think it's underrated. I think people understand it. Like it's different now, because like, are you really a single mother if your grandparents or your parents helped you? Like, are you a single mom at that point?
That perspective.
Like, if you live in a
Depends on
house
the help.
with if your mom live in a house with her mother and father, and
Okay,
she's
no,
raising
I don't consider that single mom.
You
Like
talking
my mom,
about-
my
you
mom,
talking about
no
real
help,
single,
she
no
raised me
help.
right.
But this is what I'm saying.
Totally.
Today,
Yeah.
people feel like that's a single mom because
Nah, I'm
they're
talking
not with the
about the
dad.
real.
So like, I'm just trying to
You
make
talking
sure
about
you
the real,
split it
like
up.
you grow
The
up.
real
and
single
your-
moms like mine
Yeah.
and yours, where it was just them and
And
her kids.
Kids, yeah.
Yeah. They are definitely underrated.
Each other got. So it's like, God forbid, one of us is not there. It's like your whole world just changed.
Yeah.
Because now it was a team. Now it became an I instead of a we. You know what I'm saying? So like going through the phase of raising our kids and seeing when I'm not there for a couple of hours, and when she's out and I'm there with them for a couple, it really puts you in that situation. Like, damn, imagine somebody doing
Like,
that for the
thank
rest
God
of their
I got
life.
it.
This is a reality for a lot of people, bro.
Hell
Big
yeah.
facts. So to me, yes, that's very underrated.
And it makes you look at men or women that don't want to be, because shockingly, it's a lot of deadbeat moms, bro, that people don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a
Facts.
lot of women that are not there for their kid, and fathers is stepping up now.
They want to be city girls.
They got some.
Hot gal today.
That is blasphemous.
Oh, dude.
What's your view on the danger? You think they underrated? Single mothers are underrated?
Keep it short and sweet. I do think it's underrated, but it's unfortunate because it's kind of like normalized. It's like it's expected. Oh,
What do you mean it's expected?
like I talk to people and I tell them I have a child. You and the baby mother together? That's the automatic question. That's kind of
Maybe
sad.
it's a girl trying to shoot her shot.
Nah, I be some older women too, like granny type. Women.
Oh, just
Granny.
trying to see him. I bet you they ain't together.
You are really dumb. For real.
Yeah. It is sad though.
That's
Like
dope.
you are right about that.
I think when they ask you that, I think it's kind of low key asking you there for yourself. Or you there for
actually,
your
yeah,
kid.
that's how I take it too.
Could be.
Am
I don't know.
I still
Because they had never
am I
asked the
still
mom.
taking care
Involved,
of the kid or whatever?
involved
They had
in
never
kids'
asked the
life.
mom, so you take care of the kid. Like they had just automatically assume, like,
It's just you.
oh yeah, I know it's just you.
It's just you. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's sad because it's normal now when it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, you're right.
That's probably
I'm
why
going
Father's Day
underrated
is
big.
looked at the way it is.
Yeah, we just gotta go buy tools. That's it. Buy tools, ties, and cologne.
You get a little breakfast sometimes. You get a little breakfast
They be
sometimes.
shitting on Father's Day.
Yeah, they be violent. Even the
Bruh.
discounts is soft. Like, what the fuck
You
is
get some
that?
socks.
I think they about to start
ties.
promoting
3%
Mother's
off
Day
if you see
for
your kid.
2020 right
but
now.
that shit is crazy.
When
though.
Father's Day come, my nigga, you getting 1 week of promo.
We had a
nigga.
conversation like
you go
that
to Home
in my
Depot, buy
wife's
some
chat,
tools. Go to Macy's, buy some
Mother's
cologne.
Day last 6
That's
months.
Yes, we had a
All right, so what's
deserve
the dream Father's Day?
Bro.
No, real talk.
way
I don't
I-
expect.
Yeah. Talk
I
about
don't.
it.
Well,
Talk
I'm
about
different, bro. Like
it. I'm different too.
I don't expect nothing, bro. Like I don't
So
expect
wait,
it.
you just don't complain about it if you don't.
That's
get
what I was
these
thinking
things.
too.
What you mean? Huh?
I was like,
You
Yeah,
can't.
I'm totally different
If
from
you-
them too.
If
Oh,
you,
so
All right,
what's
I'm gonna let
yours?
you finish because
Go ahead. No, go
Yeah,
ahead.
well,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go
I'm
ahead.
tryna-
We
yeah.
You don't
All
expect
I'm saying,
nothing.
I don't expect nothing. I don't expect to be compensated for something I'm supposed to do. Like
Oh,
I
okay.
don't need to be praised. I don't need a day
I don't think
For-
that's what it's about though.
that's what Father's Day is.
It ain't-
It is to show
It's to
appreciation.
Show appreciation. It ain't got nothing to do with like, oh, we appreciate you for being a father. It's really just appreciate you for being a man of the house.
A little bit of that though.
Like it.
We appreciate you for being a dad that's still in your child's life. Here's a special day for you, and then the rest of the
deadbeat
364
dads
days is
Happy
you
Father's
ain't
Day
getting
too,
another
bro.
one until
The caliber of Mother's Day and the
364
caliber
more
of
days
Father's
later.
Day is completely
the
is
caliber
different, bro.
of single moms is completely different. So, I
So
understand.
if
you
so,
under-
so,
like-
so my answer to like if what's the question?
I said,
No, he
what was
said,
your
what's the dream?
What's your dream Father's Day?
You don't have to do anything for me, but if you choose to do it, I appreciate whatever I get.
So you think fathers should treat Mother's Day like that too?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm on that same type of time, but we know that's living in fantasy
Yeah.
world.
Oh, you talking about
Nah, you can't say that. That's
catering
enough
to
thing,
you
bro.
breakfast in bed and all that extra shit.
Shit, I want that too, but I'm not mad if I don't get
You
it.
don't get it?
Nah, I'm not mad at all.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, well,
see, I
Drew
think
know
what it
me.
is- I
like,
think
I'm
what
on
it
some
is-
chill shit. I'm on some.
Sometimes you're so like battered as a dad or whatever the case may be. You just don't want nothing
Like,
because
fuck that shit.
you know it ain't gonna happen the way you want it to. So you just be like,
But that's
Nah,
why.
some-
but that's why I
because
asked.
some
women-
people
some women
some people are like that with their birthday.
But you know what's
Nah,
funny
some
though?
women hold it down. when it
where
comes
it's
to that.
like yo, I know nobody's gonna do for me what I would want, so I do it for myself.
I
And
think that's me.
Go ahead.
That you just.
I'm
said. I think
the
that's
same.
me.
I'm the same way.
I want that with
I feel like
birthdays.
that's kind of sad though.
the same
Like
way.
What?
I'm not getting any of this, so it's like buying yourself a Christmas gift, nigga. That it comes off kind of lonely a little bit.
It does? I don't know. Like
Nobody's gonna give me any gift, so
it
I'm gonna
ain't-
give myself a
it
gift.
ain't
It's kind of
that-
the same
it ain't
thing.
That you're not getting.
You're
a
not
gift.
getting a gift.
You're not getting what you want for your birthday. You want it to be a certain way.
So you guys want that for
So-
Father's
So
Day? You
of
want
course, yes.
You want
Really?
I would want that.
You want the
Yes, I would want
appreciation
that.
showed.
Yes.
Nah,
Everybody different.
I'm not saying I'm
if I
not
had a
getting
child,
it.
I
I
would
only
want
have
that
my
too.
first one.
I'm
but
pretty
I'm
sure
just
you
saying,
would get it,
I
but-
expect
but
that.
you're the type that want
That's
that.
my expectation. Yeah.
Heard you.
Now I think for me it's more like because of me not expecting or like really, kind of going hard for it. I feel like my wife take the time to, what you want to do. You let me know, or sometimes she
That
even
simple.
She
Keep it a
think-
buck. Keep it a
she-
buck. If she doesn't
simple.
do nothing, would you feel a little way?
No,
If
No.
okay,
Nah,
but
no.
you-
When
you
Father's
dead
Day,
ass?
nah, Junior looking at you like you lying, my nigga.
I'm looking. I'm thinking. Like I'm thinking
But you
about
know,
it. That's all.
but guess
I'm not
what?
saying
I'm
that
gonna tell you
yeah,
something. I'm gonna tell you something right now.
What?
Me and her, actually she made me that way. We big on cards. So if we don't do nothing but a card,
Yeah.
a Father's Day card and a Mother's Day card,
That's sentimental.
we're big in that. So that's what I'm saying. No,
think
I
it-
won't.
Yeah.
So, but
As long as you got that card.
get the card, you write me a nice, sweet. All right, babe. I
So you
appreciate
answered the
that.
question. So you answered the question. I was like, what's your dream? Like, what's your Father's
But
Day?
a Father's
Like-
Day card to me is not considered Dream Father's Day.
All right. So what is it? I've been asking you. What is it then?
Not
Keep
not,
it a buck. Like you want.
It's
You want
not-
to
Yo,
go.
what?
What?
like I'm not gonna say I want. Like I
No,
mean,
just say
but
what would
know
you
what's
like
funny?
on. All right.
I mean, what would I like?
Your girl come to you, babe. What
for
what
me
do
to
you
sit
wanna
down,
do?
TV is on, basketball's on, football's on.
Copy.
There we
and
go.
you bringing me my food.
There we go.
That's dream. Yeah, that's what you want to
That's
call
exactly
it.
what I'm. That's
That's what I
exactly
was
what
asking.
I was saying. Like it don't like when I said I expected to be grandiose. I mean like that. Like
Grand opening.
yeah, I
Like,
want to sit down
that
in my
day to-
robe. I want food brought to me. I
Deja
want
blow,
a nice
bro.
little gift.
You want the
Blow,
real
deja
Father's Day.
blow.
It don't have to be nothing.
You wanna be
crazy.
catered that
I'm not
day.
asking for like
You want to be catered
Clean
that
my
day same
toes
way,
and-
same way a
I'm
woman
not-
The
gets.
Royal Highness, the Royal Penis is clean now.
lots of that. You know what I'm saying? Just
can understand
shit
that.
like that. Like I ain't saying, well, I want a car. Like I'm not doing
Nah, I
all
feel you, I
that.
feel you.
You know
I've
what I'm
seen them
saying?
commercials.
But
they be
real
like,
talk, I
Father's
think
Day
it
gift
goes
card.
back to what June was saying. I feel like because I know I'd rather do shit myself. It's kind of like I'm not really kind of dependent.
Yeah.
The expectation is not up there.
Niggas be cutting my ass.
But that's
all the
sad,
time.
though.
What?
That's
That's
what
sad
I'm trying to
that,
point out.
You know
that,
what I mean?
that Father's Day, like, yo, I'm not gonna hold you. Mother's Day is looked upon as a big thing. So,
Big
like,
facts.
It is a
women-
holiday, bro.
like women,
Literally.
women get take out. Like, people take you out. Like,
yeah.
that's what they do. So why is Father's Day?
And it's the
Besi-
same for Valentine's Day. It's the same for.
I think it's because for me, I think
gal
I
them,
think it.
They go harder because they're the provider. They're the one that's actually having the baby. That's
That's true.
But you know what?
I know it takes two, but they're the ones
carrying
actually
it for
pushing
9
out.
months.
You know what?
That's a big
You
issue.
gotta realize
That
that
pain, that
the
pain,
man,
yeah,
the
that
man is
pain.
dealing with all of the emotions behind that, bro.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And that's stressful in itself, and people underestimate that shit.
Nah, you right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot that
the
goes
physi-
along with dealing with a pregnant person
Nah,
every day.
Nah, you right. That's a fact. But on the other hand, too, switch it around. You think you'd be able to carry a kid?
Bro,
you know,
I
like-
ain't comparing it like
But
that.
that's my reason
That
for
was
why
wicked.
it's a
What's
little.
that wicked?
there
I'm just
is no
saying.
comparison. There's
That's
pretty
what
much there
That's,
is no
that's why.
comparison to
That's
that.
why it's amplified because they have to do the whole.
That's
you
what I think. That's what I think too. That's why I feel like
I be hearing about
a nigga
like
could
a
never
push
say nothing.
gift. You ever heard of a push gift?
Yeah.
Nah, what's
A
that?
push what?
A push gift.
What is that?
A
After
gift.
you push the baby out, you get a gift.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
I mean, I don't
she deserve it.
Honestly,
Yeah, but
y'all kind of trampled over my next topic, but I can still
Oh, we
ask
talked
y'all.
about
Do
it?
y'all do y'all think that dads, well, good dads, get too much credit for being good dads, like just for simply doing their job? Like, you know, sometimes you see on
said
social media and stuff
you
like,
don't or do.
no, like a
You do
good
simple
dad
shit.
gets too much credit for being a good dad. Like,
What? Good
if
dads
he's
don't get
just
nothing.
simply no, bro. I don't know about y'all, but I've seen a lot of people, a lot of women
You know what I
post
mean?
dad
It's like,
goals and
there's
all
a
this
lot
other
of
kind
good
of stuff.
dads out there, but even those don't get the acknowledgement that they should get. That's what I'm saying.
I think they do, bro. I think when you with a woman and you're a really good dad and stuff like that, it gets like glorified to me
Yeah.
in a lot of
I agree.
situations.
I agree.
In a lot of
Not really,
situations,
bro. Right?
Bro, because they always say that. Well, the black dads have the reputation of not being there, bro. So when a dad is doing his job, a black dad
no,
is
the
doing his
standard
job.
is just low.
No, you know what it is? That's the
Both, that's the
misconception.
same shit,
That's
though.
the misconception. Like, that's the misconception. Like, just being there doesn't make you a good dad. But that's
No, I'm
how they
not
look
saying
at it.
that.
Go
I'm
back
just-
to what Ease was saying. Ease was like, that's the perception people have. Like, the standards is low because they just look at you being a good dad just because you're there. Because a lot of people,
I think when he
don't
said
have
being
it.
there,
I'm
he's
not
talking
really.
about
That's
doing
you
what you
talking
have
to
to
it a little bit in depth. I'm not talking about that in depth. I'm just talking about
Like
a dad
taking
that's
your kid to
is doing his
school.
job.
Taking your kid to
Whatever
school or
it
something.
That's
consists of. A dad that's doing his job is like really glorified in the black community because black dads have the reputation I hear all the time of not being involved in their kids' life, or that's why there's so many single mothers and black single mothers because black dads aren't usually.
I think
you know
that's a
what I'm saying?
misconception too.
Yes, I do too.
That's because y'all are good dads, nigga.
No,
there's
bro.
a lot of I hear it all the time. I heard like a couple weeks
All
ago.
right, but
people, this
sometimes dads are stripped away from their child because they get sent to prison. That's not because they want to.
we could sit here and run through 1,000 details on it. I'm just saying that
But
there's
that
a lot. I
matters.
hear a
It
lot of
matters,
time.
Rello speaking
Yeah.
on the dudes that's free.
Yeah,
just ain't there.
But don't make it seem like absentee fathers are absentee because they're deadbeats. Some are absentee fathers because they can't literally get to their kid.
So you
Yeah, I
you
agree.
never heard the conception that black dads.
I do, but that's what I said.
All right,
That's
so
a
that's what I'm talking about.
misconception, though. I feel like it's a misconception.
I don't think so. I think there's an actual like stigma on black dads where there's like a lot of them choose not to be in their child's life.
I feel like that it used to be more heavier back in the day. I think that's changed. I think in this day and age,
I think with
more
this
black
new
fathers are
generation,
in
because
their-
they said that
We need to see
Children's
stats.
dads is now.
That's a fact.
They said, well,
Black
I think I
fathers.
put in the chat how fathers is now more with their kids than the mom because the moms is working, and the dads is they working, but they got the kid more. I don't know why or whatever, but I'll put that in the chat. I think, and going to the question, like I feel like it is a stigma, but it's something that black dads is acknowledging too much because some people are trying to be super dads because of the stigma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like don't just genuinely like don't
black
disingenuously
fathers is not
be
in
a-
their child's life, and they just run with that line. They've been running with that line for a long time. Like I said, not saying it's true, but I actually think the black fathers that are in their in their children's life outweigh the ones that are not.
I don't know. I know a lot of single
like-
moms, bro.
Or
A lot of
50-50.
black single
All right,
mothers.
but I mean, like, there's
Lot
so
of
much.
black
That's
single
that thing is tricky. I don't know, man. Because
Need to see more stats to.
yeah, because it's like there's some fathers that's in prison. There's some fathers. Sometimes the baby mother be tripping, and sometimes they be enabled. And then there's real the deadbeats. So it's like, just because she says a deadbeat, does that necessarily mean he's a deadbeat?
Some women keep their kids away from the father because maybe the father don't want to be with her anymore.
Or could just be
Question.
spiteful.
That's
too.
what I'm saying.
Or
But-
could be spiteful.
Question:
Yeah.
If he
Oh,
goes
now you're
to
not seeing
jail,
your kid.
if he goes to jail, is he a deadbeat? I'm not asking.
That's
If he
what I'm
goes to-
saying.
because he.
That's
whatever
the
he-
question.
Whatever he chose
No,
to
he
do.
might look at it as like you should have known better. You had a child.
I'm gonna go
You
with
put your
he's a
your
deadbeat.
freedom.
Oh, for real?
You put your
Yes,
free.
I'm
No,
going
they're
with
looking at
he's
it.
a
They,
I can't really
but
say that.
No, I
because-
can't say that either. I
can't say that.
disagree
Say
with that. You know why?
say
Him on the
it
line?
depends on why he's in jail. You just say that.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah,
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 you can
yeah,
say
yeah.
that.
What about if? This is a reality for a lot of people. What if they're putting their freedom online to put food on
Provide
the
for the
table
kid. Yeah.
for the family?
Y'all drawing up every situation that it could be,
But
bro.
it's
We
happened,
can't. We
bro.
don't have
Nah,
time
you
to run
have
through
to
all of
factor
those
that in, bro.
situations.
No, you're right, but
You have to factor
you have
those
to
things.
because it's like, yo, you can't just call everybody a deadbeat.
I'm
If-
more leaning on the side of the glorified ones. The black dads are usually glorified, and I'm saying, do you feel like the black dads that are glorified should they not be as glorified because they're just simply doing their job? It shouldn't be something that is
asking
like,
if,
oh,
like, why are they hyping it up when that's what a dad does, right?
yeah, when he's
Yeah.
just supposed to be doing.
And
what
I
he's
agree
doing.
because if I'm carrying my son or I'm feeding my son and my wife take a picture of it and then put it on social media, I would be like a little weird if they were like, "That's right, you be a good dad." I'm like, "What fuck you thought I was going to be?"
Bro, I've
okay,
gotten that.
but only
and
thing
it
is-
feels
alright.
awkward as hell, bro.
I understand. I'm
Like,
not a dad yet, but it sometimes it's like I'm not a part of the statistic. So it's like,
yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
no,
Why are you
no,
shocked?
I'm talking about. I'm not a part of
Sometimes
the.
they
I'm not
probably
a part
say
of the
just to say it.
statistic.
They not-
So I was
like,
like,
you're
it's
looking
that-
deeper into
it's
it.
nothing wrong to be
He
praised
probably
too.
just
'Cause
say that just.
That's
I'll
what
give
I'm
you an
saying.
example.
Maybe that's a form of compliment.
Yeah,
Who knows?
exactly. Because I'll give you an example.
It's a compliment
Say-
because
It's a compliment.
they're looking at it as
is
like,
a
wow,
compliment,
that's
but
good.
like what Rel is
You
saying
just
is like
absorbing it.
I ain't saying I'm absorbing it like that. I'm just saying from what
This
Rel
is
is
my
saying.
job.
You
So
understand
why
where
you
he's
coming
This
coming
is
from.
my job
Yeah.
as a dad. So why is it like that's right? Do that.
It's
like,
okay.
it's unfortunate
Because
because
it's
they're
a natural
not
thing. Because
used
it's
to
a stigma.
They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but yeah, exactly. It goes back to that. It's like the stigma, like he said. Because I'll give you an example. You're the first kid in your family to go to college. You're looking at it like, bro, isn't that what I'm supposed to do anyway? But you're the first.
But they're gonna glorify.
So
you
they're
the
gonna
shit out.
glorify you going to college.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? But in your head, you're like, yo, I don't get it.
When I first
you
had
graduate
my-
high school to go to
when I
college.
first had my child, it was like I got those type of compliments all the time because I had my child around the social media era where Instagram was lit and MySpace and all that. So I'm posting it, and he was like, "Oh my God, you're such a good dad. You do this and you do that," and it just always felt awkward because it's like, I appreciate it, but it's like,
you should ask
what do you want me?
sometimes.
What do you want me to like? Thank you very much, or
Because
yeah,
the
like
stigma
pat
is
myself
real.
how
on
do
my
you
back.
read?
The stigma don't come from nowhere, bro.
In my mind, I'm just
I know
like,
it's a stigma,
why.
but
It's
it
stigma,
didn't
bro.
come from its ass, bro. The stigma
But
came
the stigma
alive
came from
because
what June said, though. Even though you thought he was looking too deep into it, it's
Yeah.
really because
Like,
fathers were snatched
in
from
the
their
90s
families.
it was getting locked up.
Not
Yeah,
even
but
breaking
that's
the
bad,
90s.
bro. That's not good,
Yo,
bro. I deserve
see?
to say it, but
Alright,
that's not
Look
good.
at the concept. Look at the concept. You look at it. Yeah, I understand.
So all of them,
We
all
just
of them
did
is
say,
wasn't
if
supposed.
you're in jail, are you
Yeah.
a
he said
good dad
he
or
said,
bad dad?
He said, yeah, he looks at it as a deadbeat.
I
totally understand. I understand.
Yeah, I would look at
but
it as a deadbeat too.
I don't know, bro.
But
Because
see,
like
that's-
you know
you're
what
not
you're doing?
there. That
Yeah.
don't mean that you don't want to be there.
Look at that child. It's just like, yo, you should have been here. Like
but
the
under
child.
certain
You can easily
circumstances-
say that. Like if somebody break into the
different
house in
circumstances,
New York alone, right? If somebody, God forbid, break into my house, right, and I kill them, protecting my family, I'm gonna do jail time no matter what.
Stipulation.
Bro, we're
So
talking
now-
about like 80 situations. Y'all talking about 20 of them, bro. The mass majority of dudes that go to jail that know they have kids, bro,
Because
you're not
something
doing
they
a
did
good
wrong.
job. You're being a deadbeat
did
dad,
something
bro.
wrong.
I'm talking about I'm not. Y'all, y'all going into these minute,
whether
difficult situations, bro. I'm just talking about
wrong
the
is
mass-
wrong.
Yeah,
Regardless
like,
if you're trying to
you know you
put
got
feed
kids.
on put food on your
See,
your
this
plate,
is-
it's
this
still
is-
I don't
wrong.
agree with none of that.
Exactly, yo, son. So
No.
how much people? So you think everybody in jail deserve to be in jail?
Not saying
Nah, I don't
everybody.
think they- I don't think
I'm
they're
not
saying
saying
that.
how
I'm not
how
saying
hard, how detailed do y'all want to break it down, bro? If we're
What?
talking about, okay, you want to say
What?
everybody that's in jail not supposed to be in jail. If there's 100 people in jail, maybe 25 to 30 of them is not
Had that
supposed to be in
situation.
jail.
Just because I
So
don't
the
want that-
70% of those dudes that went to jail knowing they have kids, well, however they went in there, that they went in there for a reason.
They're
They're
deadbeat.
deadbeat dads, bro.
Okay,
They're not
I
doing
look
a
at
good
it like
job.
this. I don't look at it as statistics. I look at everybody's has a different situation. So just because you might feel that way, don't necessarily that don't necessarily mean it's the right way to look
Or
at
it's-
it,
or it's-
because it's different perspectives.
Even if it's
Because
true.
some people's out there, some people doing what they doing, whether it's legal or illegal, is to provide for their kids. Maybe
But
it's
you know
wrong.
that
Hold on.
consequence is there, though.
Yeah,
Exactly.
okay, that consequence is there. But you deal with it because you doing it to provide for your kid. That's all you're looking at. You're not looking at it like you sometimes.
goes-
I'm not gonna
that
hold you.
goes back to
Sometimes
my-
y'all glorify this whole providing for your kid and making it look like, oh,
No,
it's,
bro,
it's
it's not
illegal,
pro-
so it's
I'm not,
good.
I'm not glorifying it, but bro, it is what it is for some people.
Bro, you know that
What?
goes back to the first question I asked this guy.
What?
If there's kids that grew up in a bad circumstances and they were successful, is that making an excuse for the people that didn't grow up in the same situation and still was fucked up and didn't do anything with their life? That's the same thing, bro. Just because you grew up in a project, or you grew up around niggas that sell drugs, or you grew up around niggas that was thugs, that don't mean that now
You
that
gotta
you
do it
chose
too,
that
to
life
pro-
to
to provide
provide,
for them.
it's okay.
So you don't
Like,
know.
bro,
So you don't know anybody who sell weed.
Bro,
do
I
all
know
that?
these
I
people,
don't
bro.
care.
Of
They
course.
still-
Okay,
Of course.
okay. So what you could tell them that. You could tell those people that. So you should be like, yo, bro, I don't care what you saying, or all that type of shit, or
Bro,
nigga,
they
you
life.
shouldn't be. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying though.
But they
But
chose it.
They chose that
They
life.
still wrong.
Okay, so that's
What?
right. It's right though. It's right.
Well,
so
I'm
what are
not
you saying?
It's not about right or wrong. It's about doing what you.
They still
what you
deadbeat,
doing.
But there's still a kid out there that doesn't have a kid. Doesn't matter about what you have to do, my nigga. You have a kid. You have to think about your kid life now. You have to think about your seed. However you choose to live your life and get your money, you got to think in your mind, yo, there's a consequence. I might not be here for my seed.
Okay.
So you have to change what you're doing, whether it be
Exactly.
legal, illegal. What you have to do something
understand.
correct,
Yeah.
so you're there for your kid, bro. That's
Okay.
what it
Yeah,
is.
I-
All right. So what if you go to the army? How does that work?
You go,
No,
army,
family
you still
comes to the
providing,
army.
bro. When you're
Family comes with you to the army. It doesn't matter.
and you're still providing, bro.
Where at the army they're gone for like periods of time,
Okay, but you still
and that can still have a negative effect on the child from
when you're in
being
jail.
absent,
There's
huh?
no period of time. You come out when you come out. The government decides that, bro. You don't have a choice. In the army, you get a chance to come home, whether it be once a year, twice a year, 3 times, whatever it is. You get that opportunity.
But that still can
You
have a
don't-
negative impact for being away from your child
Okay,
for so
but that's
long, bro.
different, bro. That's
How is it different?
because you're in a
Still trying to
situation-
provide though.
Yeah,
know.
you're
It's
still
the
trying.
same type of
Crazy.
results. He's
Yeah,
being
I just
absent
find
from
that
his child
crazy.
life, and it can still have that same effect.
I know
bro.
people that went to the army, bro, and his family went with him to the army. They stayed in the army for however 3 years.
I don't
want to
get too deep, but once again, we live in once upon a time. Like I said, I had to bring the race card, but once upon a time, slavery was legal. That shit is crazy, right? It's a lot of jobs now where some of these niggas feel like, I don't want to work the 9 to 5 life. I want to make more money. I want to put more.
Okay, but you know the consequence, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Still a
You can
deadbeat.
go do what you want to do, my nigga. I'm not telling no man to do what they choose. Yeah, you want to sell drugs, you want to do that. That's cool. That's your life. Live your life, bro. But you have to understand the consequences
consequences of-
that you might
yeah.
get locked up,
You're
and your kid is
sacrificing
gonna
not
grow
being there
without
with
you.
your kid.
You think a 3-year-old that grows up to be 13, 14. You know why some of these kids grow up with that mindset, like, yo, I had to go see my dad in jail, or they have animosity towards their father because their father wasn't there. There's a lot of kids that grow up like that, bro. So
Or
that's
they
the
try to
situation.
emulate it. Like, yeah, my dad was a thug in the streets, so I'm gonna follow that.
I totally understand. I totally understand everything you're saying, but you gotta understand that certain people, everybody has different circumstances. Certain times, maybe a drug dealer don't really want to be a drug dealer, but maybe he feels that's what he's good at. Maybe he feels that's all he can
They
do.
have no
I
job,
guess
no
what
job
they-
experience,
or maybe he
no
fucked up.
resume.
Yeah,
get
exactly.
what- I
guess
Or
what
maybe
they
he
saying
fucked
is
up.
a
Yo,
regard-
I grew up
Yeah.
in the hood, bro.
You
I can't get with that.
gotta
my nigga.
understand too.
I
Sometimes
can't
some
get with
people feel like that. We know there's other opportunities and things to do, but in their mind, that's like this is
That's
my
all
only
they
way
know,
out.
bro.
This
That's
is my only.
all
This
they
is all I
know.
know how to do, bro.
It doesn't matter what you think, what I think. It's about what the kid that
No, what I was-
you're growing, you're raising things,
No,
bro.
what I'm saying is I'm looking at it from both perspectives. They
You
both,
have to.
They
That's
both
all I'm
saying
saying.
is at this point it's like I don't have an option. That doesn't make it right, but I don't have an option. You guys are saying, regardless if it's an option or not, at the end of the day, ultimately wrong is wrong.
Yeah,
so
but
they
that's-
so wrong.
that's
So
the way to
people
look
still
at it.
gonna people still may classify you
Yeah.
as a deadbeat.
Okay.
You guys are saying, you know what? Because
Okay. I understand.
because you're providing, I
Yeah.
don't look at you as a deadbeat. I look at you like you had to do what you had to
All
do.
right, going
so it's-
back-
So technically, it make it seem like, you know what? I could understand why he went to jail. So he won't. That I don't consider that as a
I
deadbeat.
don't
take him
consider
off.
that a-
I take him
That's
off.
how you guys.
understand what y'all. I
I
understand what
you know
y'all
what I'm
saying.
saying?
Hold on, I understand what y'all saying when it's like you know the consequences of your actions, but that doesn't automatically equate him to a deadbeat. When
All right, cool.
the whole sole
You
purpose
can't be a
was to
deadbeat if you
provide.
want to be there,
Yeah.
but you
Here's
just
one-
can't.
provide.
All right, cool. You 100% right. Y'all are right. Everybody's right here.
Yeah.
But there's one thing we not thinking about.
What?
Rel touched on it a little
What?
bit. That child. Let's just say I got whoever got locked up for 20 years. His child was 4 years old. He turns 24. Hate his pops. All right, that's one situation. Let's just say another situation. Another pops chose not to be in his life for 20 years. Specifically close to my
you.
situation.
Okay. Got you.
I don't hate my pops, but I
Yeah.
just I frown upon them.
Yeah.
So both kids grew up hating their pops. One pops went to jail because he was trying to provide. The other pops just chose not to be around. Both of them niggas is wrong. You know why? Because those two kids feel
Still
the
went
same
20,
way
yeah.
about both of their parents.
Yep.
But on the other hand too, sometimes like the older you get, the more you get wisdom. So
But
as-
you can't take away 20 years of
course, no, I totally get that.
Of no
Not
wisdom.
being there.
No,
Not-
you can't take away 20 years of no wisdom.
Yeah.
Not learning from somebody else who can teach me.
Like you could have been here.
Exactly. I would. I'm not even gonna hold you. And it may sound crazy to say. I'd rather be broke with a pops in my life than rich and living off of his bread.
You like nope.
I'll tell you like this, my nigga. That shit will be the death of me. I can't be like to see me struggling and I see me struggling is cool, but to have my kid like to see my kid suffer because of me not doing nothing.
Bro, now you locked. No,
What?
now you locked, and your girlfriend and your seed ain't getting no bread now because they was getting bread with you, and now you locked. Now you fucking up their life as well because they're not getting no.
I totally understand that concept. I totally understand. But what I'm saying is, if you like, okay, going back to the Central Park 5 shit, right? Remember when the niggas got out of jail? Remember when niggas was trying to get a job?
No, it's a
You know how hard that shit was? You think they want to be in that situation? What did the Spanish nigga end up doing again? Because that shit was so hard.
Work
Going
at
back to you gonna
burger
trap.
spot.
Exactly. Cause why? Because he had to get it, right? He had to
Only way
eventually
out.
get it.
It's the only way out.
So that's what I'm saying. So everybody has a different circumstance. You can't just necessarily say
System
because
is
he
designed
locked up
for things to
no,
happen
bro.
that way.
Like that's
It's
the
designed like that. I ain't gonna hold you.
yeah. It's like you set up to fail. So just because you playing the game, because the way you know it, I understand. Yeah, selling drugs is bad. I totally get that. It's true. But certain people like. You guys act like you don't really know certain people in that situation going through that shit. Yeah, it's wrong. It's fucked up.
But what we saying, what we believe is,
What?
you put yourself in that position. Fine, that's how you wanted to make your bread. That's the only way you felt like you could make your bread.
Don't say you wanted to. Some people feel like
I
that's the only option.
I just fixed it.
Oh, okay.
That's
My
the
bad.
only way you felt like that that you
Yeah.
could make your bread. You turned into a deadbeat the day you got locked up. Now you can't make. You can't.
I can't necessarily
I don't agree
with
with
that.
that.
I
You're
can't-
You got to take away the deadbeat because he.
I can't.
It was-
You can say he a bad parent. You can say whatever. But to say a deadbeat, like a deadbeat is a kid that don't want you don't have nothing to do with
a
your
deadbeat
kid.
to me is like
Like you don't want nothing to do with that child.
Nothing transpired. Like you had your chance. You literally had your chance to be a good father.
You got a great
and-
baby mother.
and
She
you
like
choose
MC,
to just be on some. All right, let me just live my best life.
Then
Type
y'all
shit.
changing the
narrative?
definition of a deadbeat parent.
So what is that? We didn't necessarily get the whole. We ain't
I
get
think
the
a
definition.
deadbeat father is a person that ain't there.
Ain't
So
Oh.
that fits both of those.
exactly.
arguments
That's what I'm talking
to
about.
me. To me.
okay.
Yeah, I
I
know.
guess, but
Agree to disagree.
Because I'm not going like if I'm a 4 or 5 year old, I'm not going to think about you out here trying to work. I'm gonna just be like, damn.
yeah.
you
But like I
wasn't there.
said, the older you get, the more comes wisdom. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes you can hate your parents. You can hate your parents for certain things. The older you get, you starting to realize. Even till this day, your mother's a good mother, but the older you get, you start to realize. Especially now you got a kid. You're like, I understand more. I get it more, ma. Like. You don't have these. You told me you just had the conversation with your mother. Be like, yo, I'm starting to understand shit more about why you did certain things or how you went about certain things.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like it could be same thing too.
It's hard to tell your child.
But that's just
everybody's right,
that's
but-
just my idea of a deadbeat. Like we should go around the table. What everybody else think.
I agree.
I think
the same
everybody
thing.
said it.
Nah, I don't.
No,
think-
I was the
like,
first
what's-
one that said it. I just feel like if you and your wife was there or your girlfriend was there, baby's born. Now you know you have no circumstances. You have no situation for you not to be there. And you just be like, I don't want to. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. 9 out of 10 times, I'm not ready to be a father. So it's like you just walk out flat out. To me, that's a deadbeat. Because you didn't take the full responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You was knocking
Nothing stood in the way of it.
You was not exactly. You was
Yeah,
knocking
you
boots.
just-
Now baby out.
I just googled it.
You know what I'm saying? What
that?
you Google?
Deadbeat dad.
Deadbeat. What does it say, bro?
It says a real dad takes care of his kids without the law telling him he has to. It
Nah,
said-
I'm not even reading that definition. I'm
Oh.
reading that.
that was a meme, right?
I really want to know.
Want to be there?
Whatever he about to say, I agree.
Yeah, whatever. Because actually, I know one of my men's going through that right now. Like
Okay,
sometimes you giving them money. Sometimes you give them money under the table. They
it's
take you
not enough.
to child support.
Okay.
They take you to
No,
the
it's-
court.
you know,
But that's
that's
where
what
you.
I got
That's
you
where
right.
you
Okay.
take your initiative as the dad to keep your receipts. That's on you. That ain't. You can't blame the
Nah,
kid
that's
now.
it.
Be like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I ain't going to see him then. Like you,
Nah.
you
Can't take that out.
You can't do that.
That happens.
What?
That happens a lot.
happens,
That happens
bro.
a
Because
lot,
of
bro.
frustration. I
Yeah.
can understand that.
Yeah, I
frustration.
can't understand that.
What?
I can't understand
said,
that.
"I
Hell no.
Wait,
I'm
wait.
mad at the mom, so I'm like, yeah, fuck.
No,
I sent
no.
you $30 this week.
See, that's
Figure it out.
Milk is 2 for 5.
That's crazy.
I'm not
Figure
paying
it
the
out.
fine.
Figure it out.
Yeah, keeping receipts is important.
Stupid.
Nah, that shit is
Because
really
sometimes,
important.
because sometimes, homie paying the rent and everything, and then you give me child support. Like, what? You don't work, and I'm paying the rent.
I'm just,
And the thing is, some women,
oh my God.
some women dead straight like, oh, you don't want to be with me? I'm gonna make your life a living hell.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
fact, too.
And
Exactly.
child support is part of that
Yep.
living hell.
Truth.
I always thank God when I haven't had one of those situations. But I can understand what you're saying, not to be like I don't totally get what you're saying, because in an instance I grew up overnight like 19 years of my life with my father like vaguely not being in my life. And now he asks him, like, me and my father is close as shit now.
Yeah.
So it's not like I can't understand, you know what I'm saying? We had a conversation with my dad where he was like, yo, he was just young, you know what I'm saying? He didn't know. Yeah, he had me when he was mad young. He didn't know the situation and all that stuff. So I can understand and I can get it. But there was times where I used to be acting out in school and shit.
Yeah, 'cause
and my moms would take me back to school and I'll sit down with the guidance counselor. And all the shit that I was talking about with the guidance counselor came out to be like because of my father wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like absentee father shit. So like I said, to me, that plays a big part in your life. Because while you growing up and your father ain't there, you don't understand all that, my nigga.
That's
you
what I'm
ain't
saying.
hearing that.
But
you know
what I
I'm
said,
saying?
the older
don't know.
you get, the more you get wisdom. That's why it's when you get older, it's easier to forgive. It's easier to forgive. Like as much angry as you are, like if you see your pops or whatever, and you sit down and really talk to him and hash it out, you could be like, you know what? You might not necessarily be like, forgive we buddy, but you know what, bro? I forgive you. Like you might forgive you on
trying
some
to say that
let go shit. Like
my
I
pops,
let go of
he
it.
be doing some weird shit. Like he still makes excuses upon excuses.
Yeah.
I just like the last time I be chilling with him every so often.
Yeah.
And then like when I go over there, I tell myself, you just don't care that this like yo, he just be
Yeah.
talking. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up. I'm just trying to chill, bro. I don't wanna hear the reasons and
but
all this
it's
shit.
Watching basketball. Like, actually,
Yo.
I ain't gonna
Believe
lie
it or
to
not,
you.
bro.
One time.
It's a guilt thing, I think.
I
It's
went
a
through the
guilt thing
sermon.
for
I
you.
went
No,
through
it's not even a guilt thing. He be
What?
when I say he be making excuses, it be like,
on some why he wasn't there type.
yeah,
shit.
like shut the fuck up. Like,
I didn't bring
Maybe
that
it is.
up.
Yo, like,
Maybe it is guilt.
It's guilt,
Maybe
bro.
he does
It's
feel-
guilt.
he feels
So-
bad.
It could be.
no,
It could be.
like I don't know if y'all understand. It's just like, it's like he's making it okay. Like
My
that
pops do
type
the
of
same
shit.
thing because my pops.
okay.
is
He's
the
like
type of
making
way.
it okay. This is why I didn't do it. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
It's
Like,
not okay,
My
but
brother-
it's
Like,
still
I
part of the
forgave you
guilt.
already. You gonna bring back?
yeah, don't get me tight
Nah,
Yeah,
but that's
you
it.
bringing it back.
It's all playing in his mind.
No, but you know what
he's
it is.
chilling. He's chilling.
But you
yeah,
know what it is.
I'm
As
cool,
a man,
but he's
you know,
like,
He thinks he's
Especially-
thinking in his mind like,
nah. But I'll tell
And
you.
then he like,
it's-
no, let me
I don't
tell
know
you.
if it's the older generation than us. It's like they don't ever want to feel that they wrong or
Hey,
from
exactly,
a
bro.
younger head. Like I don't know how to say it. Yeah, like they be like. If you just say, bro, if you just say you wrong, nah, bro, nah.
I'm like, yo,
Like,
bro,
yo,
you
die with that.
Like, afraid
just
to
admit it and we can move forward.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, Mayo, it was just this thing and this and this thing and this. And yo. I mean, like, yo, shut, yo, whatever, my nigga. We cool. Don't even worry.
And then
about
when you
it.
try to brush them off, you be like, nah, I'm trying to tell you. I'm like,
You need to understand this.
Be like, yo, you got it, bro.
yo, dead ass. That's honestly something. That's why I was like, yo.
All niggas don't want to hear they wrong by
It's like, yo,
nobody younger than them.
yo, son, I'm telling you, when I was younger, I was like, yo, maybe if this nigga just apologize, I'll be. But then you start realizing, yo, what's the apologize, nigga? That shit hollow, bro. So it's like, yo, bro, I forgive you, man. I'm not gonna hold on.
Nah,
to
that's
shit.
how. That's my
That shit's
mentality.
dumb.
anyway.
Like, that's how I looked at it, and I'm like, yo, we were like nothing never happened. Like, I don't care about that shit. Like,
There's a
fuck
lot of
it.
shit that you might have been growing up with, and you didn't
Oh,
realize
I'm
was the
traumatic. I'm
effect.
traumatized. I'm
Yeah,
fucked
so-
up, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm fucked
So
up in the
that-
head all day.
So that is
You
never
feel
good,
like
man.
that shit make
Never
you
good.
think. Like I remember thinking about that. I met my pops when I was 11, and when we moved back to New York, and first time I met him, I didn't ask him why he wasn't there. I just was like, I'm happy you here now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
good.
But then slowly but surely, I'm like hearing stories. I'm like, yeah, you know, your dad, like his family would say, yeah, you know, we was living in the Bronx 30-something years. And then I'm like, wait, we've been in the Bronx about 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. I
ain't
never
seen
heard you not one time.
Oh, wait, Tremont, that's 5 blocks away.
No, that's the worst part.
And it's
Same
like,
shit with
wait,
me.
so you were here.
Nah, nigga,
Like,
it's
you,
yo, my pops.
you
was at
wasn't far away.
I was born
I
in
was
Brooklyn.
passing your crib on a bus.
My pops was at the corner of the block chilling with his boys. Like, yo, you can't come down the block, my nigga.
Like that shit. Then that's what really built the anger, and then it was like, you know what? It's too late. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
and I wanted to ask y'all that because that's where my issue with my pops came from. It was like, how y'all feel about this? Like, as a kid, as a parent, right? As a parent, as a father and a son, right? Do you feel it's more important for the father to connect with the son, or the son has to try to connect with the pops?
Nah,
father to connect with the son.
duty.
Father.
The father connect
should
with
know
the son.
better.
You don't know shit. I don't know shit from shit yet, bro. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for you to show me.
But you
shit.
know
That was the issue. That's the issue. That was the
I
issue.
really
with
feel like
me
it's
and-
the
his-
father's job to win his son over.
Yeah.
It ain't the opposite.
let me interject real quick, and I'm kind of happy you brought that up because I'm really gonna try to like really like cut that close. I don't want to really make the story too long.
Yeah, flopper plops.
Yeah. So this is real quick. Me and June, we got same fathers, different mothers. So, me and my moms and my pops were separated before I was born. But then my pops sent me to back and forth like traveling and stuff like that. I was used to go back and forth in Haiti and then come back here, and then my mom's basically gave me to my pops because for better education, better life. Because back home, it was like not really much going on. So, but at that time when I was with my pops, like growing up, yeah, we did certain things. But I think as I got older, there's certain things my friend, like when I used to be like from junior high school, certain things that my friends taught me, my pops really never teach me. So my thing was I supposed to go up to him to ask him, or these are things where he was supposed to come and teach me? So now as I got older, there's nothing that made me go back and say, yo, why you never taught me all the things that my friends taught
Do
me?
you resent him for that though?
No, because at the end of the day, I got older, so now I left it alone. Now I'm looking at it like, you know what? Because now I have my son, I'm gonna make it my job. So
A lot of the
I just
time-
And
wanna-
mind you, he had a way better relationship than I had with my pops.
big facts.
You was a bad son.
I can
I
see
guess.
Yeah,
but believe it or not, of course.
Judah, argue him down. Where's my cereal? Nah, you said that last week.
nah, but
But it's funny though, because it's actually funny because it's like, honestly, I could understand him having more of a relationship with our pops because he came, like you said, he was coming from another country to another country.
Big facts.
So of course he would embrace my father more than I would because I'm already here. So it's like I could say I was already Americanized, just born. Period. You know what I mean? He needed time to get himself adjust and
America,
everything.
yeah.
So of course he'll need my pops because at the end of the day, my pops was his only
providing
provider and the only person to go to at that time until you got on your feet and realizing the shit goes
He's
on being a
big
man.
brother. He can't come to you.
Yeah, exactly. But
But
Yeah.
you got to also think about it. Sometimes your father ain't have a father, and it's you need
Nah,
somebody
our pops
to
had
show
a
you.
pops.
But I'm just
No,
saying, not just
say-
y'all.
Niggas out here trying to make it seem like,
No,
yo, son, it's you, bro. It's you. That nigga's a nice guy.
Actually, I wish my pops was
At least you had a nigga. You know, like,
That's how niggas be doing. Like,
But what Rel's trying to say is like a domino effect. Like they probably wasn't in your life because they didn't have anybody in their life, so they didn't know any better either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
goes back to what y'all saying with a good parent, bad parent thing. Is because like it goes by circumstances. Because like now it could Hypa could have been a total opposite. He could have been a shitty father because our pops had a shitty father. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But
Like you said,
somebody
yeah.
got to break the cycle, right?
Fact.
And that's where it goes on personality. Like he's a total different person. So when he witnessed that or went through that, he like, nah, I remember how I felt about that.
Yeah.
I don't
I
like
just
that.
felt
It
strange.
depends on how he digested
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Because he could have looked at like, you know what, my bad. My pops was growing up. He didn't really console me, told me he loved me and all that type of shit. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. That's one thing why I'm kind of glad I waited to. I ain't having no kids yet, but I'm just saying I'm
I'm about to say you're about to drop a
working
bomb.
on it. He about to work on it.
I'm glad I'm like older to understand. I had to really unlearn the dumbass shit that I grew up on.
Yeah.
So it was like a couple years ago I would have said, yo, I'll beat my kids. Now as a couple 2-3 years past, I'm like, yo, that's not gonna work because that creates mental health issues with your children.
That's what I was gonna ask. Do you feel like holding on or having all that resentment or animosity? Do you feel like that kind of slow down your life?
Yeah, I think so.
It
too.
does.
Yeah.
Only person that's stopping is you.
And what? Wait, like what?
Like when I say slow down your life, like your train of thought, the way you think, or certain things that you should.
Oh yeah, you're a hostage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
it really slows you up mentally to a point where it could really kind of mess you up.
Traumatizes you.
Yeah.
Because when you start looking at that person, you start to remember moments. You don't even look at the
Nostalgia,
person.
yeah.
You don't even look at the person anymore. You just remember moments. Like even key words to trigger you. Like if you say somebody say your pops or you know what I mean, certain things, you start thinking about certain times and everything like that. You know what I
And
mean?
it'll stop you from excelling
Yeah.
because no matter what, you'll use that as a crutch.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like
even if he's trying to change, or even if that person's trying to reach out or extend an olive branch, you know what I mean? You're just looking at the same back then. You're like, nah, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Shouts to all the Daz, man, doing their job. But we're moving on to the pop or flop segment of the Nizites.
Fleazy.
We got this Young Thug album, So Much Fun, right side.
I got to like 4 songs. I'm not a fan of this guy, so I didn't finish. That's a flop.
Same thing. I'm good. I'm good. I'm super good. I heard like 3 tracks. I'm like,
What?
nah.
Who's
Young
shit?
Thug.
Young Thug.
Young Thug, So
Yeah.
Much Fun album.
You still sound like that?
Yes.
Yes.
It started off okay.
It did.
It started off okay, but after a while I was like, all right, I'm just gonna skip, and I just skipped. Like I did what you did,
It
so
never
I
came back,
just
right?
passed it.
Yeah.
I didn't get to it. After his, what was the Barter whatever album?
Barter was good.
Yeah, that was good.
That's
good.
not the one with the dress on, huh?
Nah,
Nah, that's the one with the like
That's-
red background or some shit. Like
Off that alone, y'all know my answer to this.
Yeah, I was good on that one.
Bar 6 was fire.
we ain't
We're
talking
not even
about
talking
that.
about that.
So that's what I'm talking about.
You got to this?
Hell no.
Okay.
Yeah,
Baby on it?
I'm sorry, I wouldn't even listen to them. Like, yeah, I'm good.
Quality Control album, Control the Streets Volume 2. How you feel about it, right side?
Pass.
Pass.
Too much songs, dog.
Just
That
that
just
one
gave
song.
just the track list gave me anxiety.
How many?
I can't do it.
It's a-
36 songs, bro.
But it's a lot of different people. I listened to it like once, but I'm not gonna hold you. I skipped every song with Lil Yachty on it.
Told you.
Nah, it was just like as soon as I heard his voice, I hate Lil Yachty. So I don't like
too,
him at
me
all.
too.
So
Sonically,
as soon as I
he
hear-
don't-
sonically he
Sonically.
doesn't do it for me like his voice.
Sonically, or like he just
Hypa,
don't
you
like
got
him
to?
like as a.
I,
as
just,
a
I'm
I
rapper.
don't,
good,
I
bro.
don't- when he starts to
Nah.
rap, I don't like the
Just
sound.
that one song that came up on my playlist. I like the Travis.
I like the
Scott
one
joint.
with Baby and Lil Baby on it. That one's good.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
fire.
one. That's
the,
Baby.
like,
The song is called Baby. You heard that one, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Nah, you need to listen to that one.
Yeah,
I
you
started
would like that one.
I think all the tracks, believe it or not, I think all the tracks with Lil Baby is
It's
actually
called
good.
Baby. All the tracks with Lil Baby's that you
Might as
I
well
can
just
agree
make it
with
a little baby album then. Fuck it.
Word.
I heard it. I didn't listen to the whole thing though, but from what I heard up to, honestly, it was sounding alright. I just haven't finished it though. But
You gonna finish it?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it. It's just a lot of songs.
A lot of songs.
I'm
You gonna get to it, my voice?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to it. But so far, it sound good to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Heard you.
I skipped everything with Yachty.
I just heard Lil Baby's records. I heard little snippets of everybody else.
Look at Ease.
What? I never said I didn't like Lil Baby.
I'm just saying. Y'all niggas be trying to crucify me.
Got no content.
You know what I'm saying?
What? Nah, I never said he was trash. I never said that.
Nah, you didn't. You didn't.
You got to the quality?
Nah.
Okay.
Ease was talking about Rapture last week, the whole week last week. So I know he's still on Rapture right now. But it's all good though, because I fucks with that
There are
record.
certain vibes. Man.
Yeah.
ASAP Ferg album, Floor Seats, right side.
It's an album? I thought it was just one song.
I thought it was too, but
Album.
one of the songs is the same title as the album.
Yeah.
I did that too. I was like, wait, because I started listening to the radio and I'm starting to hear he's on more. Well, usually when they're on more than one radio station, that means they're promoting not just one song. So I clicked on it. And I'm like, oh, I see 8 tracks or 9 tracks, some shit like that.
Nine.
Oh, all right.
It's
I'll
nine,
listen.
yeah.
I'll listen to that then.
It's
Nah,
nine.
it's 9.
I got to. I'm not a fan of him either. I'm sorry. I got to like 3-4 songs and I'm like, I'm good on you guys. And I just kept it pushing.
Big.
But he makes hits.
Flop,
but
flop, flop,
I'm good
flop,
on-
flop,
Okay,
flop.
okay.
You listen?
You listen or you just flopping? Nah, I listened to the whole thing. It's 9 songs.
Oh,
It's
okay.
9 songs on it.
You could
I thought you
get
were
to
gonna
it.
say it's not good. I thought
I thought you
you
were
were
going to say that.
I was about to say that too.
I'm good love too. Enjoy.
Yeah, weak.
Yeah,
Even did the hand.
I
Did the smoky.
I didn't even know he had an album out, so just passing.
I just thought it was
Oh,
a
you
single.
didn't
I ain't gonna hold you.
I ain't
I just
gonna
thought it
lie.
was a single, and that single was
The
not
song.
I'll listen to it.
The song / album title is called
good. Floor Seats.
Floor Seats.
Floor seats, yeah.
The Floor Seat song is actually fire though.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
think I don't think
He
it's, I
got-
don't think it's good. I don't like it.
He got 9 songs. I like 6. So you could call that what
Oh,
you
that's
want.
a
That's
pop.
a pop.
Yes, that's a
He
pop.
got, I like 6 of them.
Pickety pop.
Two of the 6 is like they good. They not trash, but
You got a lot of time, bro.
yeah, they
It's a
got.
lot of music.
When I be on the road, nigga, I'll be listening. I'll be listening.
Next album, right? Next album.
Hey, yo, that
So-
music gonna come in handy on that flight.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. Catch up to all this trash.
Oh, crazy.
Join.
So you
June,
got
your
to?
turn, Doc.
I only heard that one floor seats. I ain't feeling it.
Oh, that's all you need to be discouraged.
I don't know. I never really liked them like that, but
Me
there's
either.
certain songs that do hit. Like
I'm actually a big fan of ASAP Ferg, but I just
didn't
I
get
don't.
to it.
I'm not going. I didn't get to it, but I don't like the commercial Ferg. I like that grungy
Straight
ASAP
from Harlem.
mob. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I
You
mean,
ain't
his
missing nothing,
single
Ease.
his single wasn't really. His single was
Kinda.
pause in advance. It was hard.
Yeah. What?
What was it? What's that?
like, is it like
What was
100
that?
million
Floor
roses?
Seats?
No,
We still talking about this album?
nah. I'm just talking about his last hit record. His hit record
Oh,
was Work. Yeah, Work wasn't. Yeah, Work wasn't like a. Yeah, it wasn't like a commercial. Your
Still
average
the
commercial.
biggest song in the club.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's Work. It was
What?
It's
It's
Still,
like like
it's a hard record.
Yeah,
still.
yeah. That song
Fire.
will always be in the club. I
Gucci
believe.
down to the top like a big
Yeah.
papa.
Baby.
Everybody says it every time, ever since it came out. Huh?
Yeah.
Facts.
I don't know if everybody got to this. I seen June put in the FN album, Lil TJ.
I got to it.
Damn. You really listening now?
Don't do that, nigga. We switch places. You don't be listening to shit.
Nothing.
It's your job to listen.
Fact. Oh,
It's
yeah.
your job to listen.
The first song is good.
Yeah,
It's
fuck
not
that
whack,
still.
but I'm not. That's
not
A
into
Boogie's children, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not going back to it. son.
So,
Every time I hear him, I think I'm listening to A Boogie's.
I ain't get to it.
pop.
It's all right.
I wanted to ask you something, but I'll leave that for another podcast.
I didn't get to it.
Ask now.
Pop.
It's a pop. I'll fuck with it.
Yeah, I didn't listen. To it.
Yeah, at least you know that.
Nigga, not one thing.
No, what, Joe?
Y'all got bad taste in shit.
Don't. No, don't.
All those is
This
trash.
stuff
Yeah,
Like
it was.
all of those were garbage, bro.
FX,
you ain't even listen
Lil TJ shit was good.
That
Actually.
shit was good. I liked it.
If y'all say
cool.
that,
How many-
then
how
I'm
many-
gonna have to listen to it.
How
then.
many songs?
'Cause I'm
Like
not-
It only got like
talking
6
about
That's
that
why I
music.
listen because it's only
7
six
songs.
Yeah,
Six,
like
seven.
6,
You-
7
it's easy to
songs.
get
Yeah.
through.
All right.
Quick John.
It's
You
actually
gonna get
good.
to it, my voice?
Yeah, I'll listen to it.
I'm gonna listen to it too then.
Niggas
That's the
sound forced like, yeah, I'll do it. Fuck
We
it.
got some series coming in the next 2 weeks. Power on the way. How y'all feel about it? Y'all ready for that? Pop,
Skip
flop.
up.
You don't watch that?
I can't wait for
Okay
it.
for them shit.
My
pop,
guy.
pop, pop,
You
pop.
see, when Hypa is hype about a show,
That's literally the only thing he watches.
you really gotta like, you know what I'm saying? It's a big deal because he don't watch movies.
don't watch-
This nigga don't watch
Talk
Netflix
about it.
specials.
Talk about it.
You know, he don't watch nothing.
I think you've been saying that from all the movies we be talking about. You're like, yo, just catch me when Power comes
That's
back.
it. Dead ass.
Bro, they
Power
pushed
soon
they
come.
pushed the date too far back.
Yeah,
They're supposed to come back
dragged it a little
dragging
bit.
it,
Coming
bro.
up,
Dragged
back
it,
in
dragged it a little
Sunday.
bit.
Stranger
Sunday.
Things? Who they think they are?
It usually comes back in June.
I-
right? It usually
I-
comes back in
Yeah.
June.
Yeah.
I want to be off my phone.
I think that's because this is the final season, so
I guess.
they put a lot of work in.
I think it's gonna
Pop,
be.
pop.
Yeah, Pop, I'm ready for that.
I think it's gonna be trash.
Pop. I
Word.
remember.
It's gonna be trash?
I think it's gonna be trash.
I don't know.
Usually
man.
the final
You know why?
season's
The
never
expectation
good.
is too high.
Yeah, and it's usually final seasons are never good.
Yeah, they're gonna hit you with the Game of Thrones effect.
Yeah.
The last episode type vibe.
Think about it. What's the last good like
Closing
final
season.
season ending episode that was good?
It's hard to say because some season you think was the final, and it was, well, a lot of the Netflix shit, you be thinking like, all right, this is the only season, and then a couple
13
months
Reasons
later,
come
yeah,
back.
you like, oh shit,
That shit look like gonna be trash too.
What? You think so?
The third one?
Nah,
Who killed that?
you bugging,
Who
dog.
killed homeboy?
Rushing the vibes.
Yeah.
What?
is-
Yeah, 13 Reasons on
That's
the
the
way.
last pop, pop and flop.
Pass.
Pass. I don't know what the
cool.
fuck is
13 reasons not to watch.
Y'all not outside.
A plop.
Yeah.
Get out inside.
I'm inside. Yeah, fuck, y'all two
You
outside.
don't need to be outside to watch
Pop,
it.
pop. That's a pop for me.
Pop.
Yes, sir. This is Ali Similar Podcast,
Yeah.
Season 2, Episode
yep,
number
yep.
25. I am Rello to the right of me. I have.
DJ Danger.
DJ Hypa, I'm out of here.
Darren.
Jones.
EAZ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Catch us on the next.
The Oddly Similar Podcast.